Blog Talk Radio.
You see, Butch here, along with my partner, the guy who constantly entertains me for many, many years, the guy I personally pick as entertainer of the decade, if not more, the one, the only, the king, Lee Elvis.
Suppose you didn't love me.
So this is very interesting, man. We've got our first three-way. It's an exciting day, and
That's
we
okay,
have
right?
we've got
okay.
exciting.
Right now we're like trying to figure out how to bring somebody in here, but this is good. This is good because somewhere along the line, somebody's going to say, "Do these guys know what they're doing?" And we're going to go, "Ah, what the hell do we know? Come on, give me a break."
We got exciting.
Okay, Pete's trying to call in now. I'm going to let him in. Pete, you there?
I'm knocking. Let me in.
You're there. You should be in now.
Here. I'm here, but the phone's still ringing, but who cares? Who cares?
Okay, well, we don't hear it on the air here, so.
That's really strange.
Right. Lee, do you hear any ringing? I don't hear any ringing.
I don't hear a ringing.
Maybe it's my tinnitus.
I was going to say, Pete's tinnitus, he's got a ringing in his ear.
Everything is clear as the bell here. It's like we got a grade A1 radio station. We're all set to go. Now what we have to do is try and make some sense. Pete, take it over, see what kind of sense you can make.
Pete, you got us. We had a topic that we were going to talk about, Pete. Clue me in.
Would you like me to kick it off?
Go ahead.
All right, well, Lee calls me up this morning. As he does every morning, we have our breakfast conversation. And he sounds a little strange, like something was wrong. And I asked him, I said, Lee, what's going on? You sound a little different. The tone of your voice is different. He says, well, I was woken up in the middle of the night last night by the sound of a hair buzzer, he says. And I'm like, what are you talking about, a hair buzzer? Okay?
Oh, here we go. Yes, I remember. What happened was, now I'll take over. What happened was yesterday I had a scare, a very hard scare in my life. Then I was having a coronary attack, and my wife was worried because I got a lot of stress in my life. We can't go into that. Why? We can't have Elvis die twice. So I went to see a coronary specialist. But unbeknownst to myself, my wife went ahead, or the eagle, and went ahead and made all these plans. Got a life insurance policy for about $8 million. Got funeral arrangements, coffin, gravesite, everything prepared, everything. But she also did something the night before, which I didn't, unbeknownst to myself, except I had something weird done.
Excuse me.
You heard about in England about the weird circles about the aliens out there, and I said to
crop circles.
Crop circles. I had an itching down below, and it was my wife thought maybe since she could make a lot of money with hair, she took hair cuttings for my hair, plus she took some
personal
cutting. Okay, personal cuttings down below. And she went a little crazy. She made some crop circles down below. And
now, don't you
like
find it funny that the day prior she was asking you how to use She asked you how to use eBay. You remember that?
Yes, she went ahead and bought on eBay. She went ahead and bought some clippers, and I wonder why she bought clippers. And now I understood why she bought electronic clippers. And she made some strange crop circles down below, and I thought aliens went for a landing. I guess they were miniature aliens because I had crop circles down below, and it looked like the crop circles, the same ones like in England, except they were in my privates.
Can I intervene real quick?
Yes.
Okay. AC, what we're trying to get to here is the fact that
I don't think AC is with us.
Did he hang up?
I think AC is running.
Are you there, AC?
But I'm back.
He's there. Okay. So pretty much in a nutshell, everybody out there knows Lee Elvis is famous for what he has done in the past and also the now, and his stardom is rising like the tides we saw just recently at the Storm. And his wife figured if he has any kind of medical problem, she'd be able to make millions off of his pubic hair. So that's what he experienced. That's what he experienced last night. His wife tried to sell his hair on eBay to try to pretty much become a millionaire, and I find it kind of strange personally. I don't know.
She went above and beyond the call of duty, and I don't think she understood making circles was the call of duty. And
the doctor told Lee he was okay.
Yeah, the doctor said I'm okay. I got a good bill of health, and all that I have is some.
What kind of look did she give the doctor when he said that?
She turned around and she said, I think she said, I don't know.
Didn't she say she was only kidding or something like that?
She had a kind of sigh of disgust. She wanted to fly like the bird, fly like an eagle. I don't know. She looked disgusted, but I realized all this expense that she went through, which I realized because I looked at it, and she tried to recoup some of the expense, which I realized that she came. Well, she was able to cancel some of the preparation. I could actually have a place to sleep in a nice tufted coffin if I want to play Dracula in the coffin, Elvis from a coffin. It's a nice tufted coffin. I can't give that back. I could actually use it. It's nice and comfy. It's got nice pillows inside.
Lee, let me ask you something.
What?
Throughout the years, you ever woken up in the middle of the night with her in your hair with a scissor?
Never, because I was like, I had a dream about it, but I didn't really realize it was for real, that she would do this kind of thing, because she always knew that Elvis's lock of hair was worth a lot of money, but then she went too far thinking that pubic hair would be worth much more money.
Yeah. Does she put these little in like any kind of like a test tube type thing and market or anything?
You better check the basement, Lee, for any secret hiding spots, because you might find some of the trimmings in like a locked up safe down there in the basement. You know?
I want to try to get it. Maybe I could paste it back or do something.
It'll grow back. Don't worry about it.
It's terrible.
Well, let me
Well,
ask
actually,
you, over the years, do you feel that you've had what we would call a normal man-woman relationship, or...
No.
I don't want to get personal or anything like that, but...
No. Not
well, wait a
quite.
minute. Can I need to just intervene again. Did you ever tell the story about your trip to Malaysia? I don't mean to skip subjects, but this
Oh,
just
my
popped
God.
in my head. This just popped in my head. People want to hear some interesting stories. I think Lee should tell the story of his trip to Malaysia and the type of people he interacted with and got to meet for the first time. You want to tell the story, Lee, or should I?
I didn't really want to go there, but I could say that. I mean,
You don't
going
have
to Malaysia. What?
You don't have to, Lee, but I just figured the people deserve it.
Do they?
I don't know. I think Lee is beginning to woof out on us. I think he's worried somebody might overhear something and it could create a problem.
Well, I did 2 tours in Malaysia back in '87 and '88. My experience in Malaysia, which never was warned to me. I mean, they did warn me because it was stamped on my passport to not mingle and intermingle with the patrons. But who listens to passports? And I got in trouble, but I didn't realize the trouble I got into because these it's we call them were more beautiful than anything was more beautiful, but they were what do you
call them?
They were putans. They're actually in Malaysian. They were transgender, but they were gorgeous. They were more beautiful than beautiful. There were women. There were men as women, but you'd never know it if you didn't know it until you knew it, until you know it, until you had it, until you realized it, until you were told it, until it was too late. And
so to the world, I say, beware.
To the world, beware until you realize, because, wow, they strap that thing right up to all the ways up there, and you don't even know it's there, really. I mean, they take it and they strap it, and the thing is not even visible because it's so strapped so tight. It's like, it's amazing what they can do with
duct tape and a bungee cord.
Unbelievable.
So what do you think of that? Did they ever tell you that story?
I think AC wants to take this radio station. This.
We just kicked it up a notch. We're gonna have a whole new breed of callers now. It's gonna be terrific.
I think I really think
Lee,
AC. What?
Lee, hold on a second. I gotta take a hot dog break. To eat a hot dog. Listen now. To eat a hot dog takes me 1:43, but I can't have any talking while I eat my hot dog because it fouls up my system. So while I'm eating, I'm going to play something for our viewing listeners' pleasure. So hold on a second. Here it goes. Right after it's over, my hot dog will be done, and we'll get back together. So don't say a word.
Our friends all ask me the last time I saw you, and I smile and tell them it's been a day or two.
like that new drummer.
Hey, that sounded great. Who was that?
And you.
Unbelievable.
Who was that? That was terrific.
That's Lee Elvis and the new BT drummer and band. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, and the audience. That's the new BT sound and Lee Elvis. Thank you very much, baby. Thank you very much.
All right. That got me I'm all awake now and excited now after hearing that song. That just changed the whole atmosphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the new BT. That's Indescribably Blue with the new BT feel.
Beyond the Beyond Band.
Right.
All right. AC, what do you think of that, AC?
I think that you guys are definitely beyond the beyond. I don't think you're really down to earth with us normal people, because I consider myself very, 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 okay? So that's the end of it.
He's trying to cover his tracks.
I'm going to tell you the truth now, and this is something we're not going to go into now, but this is very real. This isn't filler. I believe in a total dream world. I've been a daydreamer since I can remember, young child. And we're not going to go into it now. We're going to explore it sometime because I think it's fascinating. I think we are capable of totally living our life within our mind and creating any atmosphere. You want to be a star, you want to be this, you want to be a football player, you want to, whatever it might be, within your own mind, you're capable of living an entire life there. And I think somewhere in the future, if mankind is on this earth long enough, we will progress to the point that all we are is a head on a table. We won't need our legs. We won't need our arms. We'll be able to create everything within the mind, live off of it, feed off of it, and I truly believe that. End of story.
I'll tell you what, to me, that sounds like the ultimate afterlife to me. That's what that sounds like. You know, if there's a place I want to, if a place I want to go after,
Right. No, this is not going to be an afterlife. This is going to be our real life. Because let me tell you something. I have lived within my own daydreams a better life than most people live out in the real world. I am within my own thoughts, my own mind, every day. And it's very seldom, like right now, that I take a step out and relate with you other human beings. I usually relate with only myself in my mind, and it's a fantastic world in there.
Are we invited to come in, AC? Can we come be part of that world for a little while, or what?
Well, you see, that's the whole thing. I really believe that down the line we will actually be able to interact with each other, but only in our mind. We won't have to speak. We won't have to physically touch each other, but we will totally react within. I mean, our mind, there's just no end to what it can do. There's absolutely no end.
You know me and Lee can do that already, right?
Well, you see, I put nothing past anything. I mean, just like people can contact each other, certain people have just learned how to use what's in their mind. I think we all have all of this to some degree. We just haven't learned how to use it yet.
We got to open up the third eye, as you will, right? Third eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes.
And actually, believe it or not, having a radio show kind of opens it up a little more because the capabilities of kind of going beyond and pushing the envelope are a lot easier that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we might have already helped that process start already without even knowing it.
Well, after I had my hot dog, I helped a lot, let me tell you something.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. I might have to take one of those when the show's over. It'd be a good idea.
There is nothing in the world better than a good kosher hot dog of some sort, because I don't care. You can tell me about steak. I love steak. You can tell me about lobster. I love lobster. You can tell me about all kinds of great foods, from pastas to Chinese, whatever. When it comes down to it, if I had to have one great thing that always outflanks everything, it's a fantastic hot dog.
I think I can agree with you on that. Absolutely, 100%.
It's
Hebrew
true.
National has been my friend forever. You know.
Did you ever have a special, Cliff? The special with the big fat one, Hebrew National.
Oh,
fat
absolutely,
one?
definitely.
That's the best.
That's right.
That's the best.
I've grilled many of them. I've grilled many of them in the backyard. You see, now you didn't hear me say barbecue, and that's because we don't barbecue. A lot of people go out and they buy barbecues. They put them in their backyard, and they don't realize they're grilling. Barbecuing is long cooking in an oven for multiple hours. That's
slow and low.
Slow and low.
Slow and low is barbecue.
And people
That's
think
right.
quick is barbecue, and they're grilling in the backyard, and they're totally confused. The people down south laugh at the Northerners when they say they're barbecuing.
That's right.
When you
That's
see
right.
when you're barbecuing a hot dog or hamburger, all right. It would take, if you're really barbecuing, it would take you about 8 hours to do. Now, when you're grilling, you ever heard anybody tell you, "Hey, you got nice barbecue marks on that steak"? No.
Right.
They say you got nice grill marks. Grill
That's
marks.
right. Mm-hmm.
So point well taken, AC.
Point well taken.
You got to teach the people out there, the Southern style bled into the New York style, way of life, and we screwed it up somehow. I don't know how it happened.
Right. Absolutely.
Cliff.
But Lee, those specials are fantastic. Oh my
Oh, God, when you bite into a special and you put a little vinegar in the water and let them snap, oh my God, it's like having a filet mignon.
You guys into the onion sauce and the sauerkraut and the mustard and all that good stuff?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Now we're talking.
Well, I'm into that. I'm into that only when, I'll be honest with you, I'm a traditionalist. I'm just a mustard guy. I'm into that stuff if we want to do the New York dirty water hot dogs. Then I love that stuff. That's a different type of hot dog. I'm not into that stuff on a grilled hot dog, but I am into it on the dirty water dog hot dogs.
Right. You get the soggy bun, the steamed dog, some nice onions, some sauerkraut, some mustard, and you're good to go.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. Me,
I
love mustard.
I just got to say, hearing Indescribably Blue on this other end, and I think Pete can hear it. It almost sounds like a finished product on this other end. It sounds so
it
perfect.
sounded really good.
It sounds incredible.
I'm glad I got to bring. It does.
Sounds new.
I spent a lot of time trying to bring that song back to life. The song was amazing as it was. I didn't want to touch it, but then I just wanted to bring a little bit of an upbeat tempo to it to see what would happen. And ironically, it turned out being what it is. I listened to it over. My son, my 2.5-year-old son, dancing around the front room when I was playing it. He loved it, and that's when I knew if he approved it, then I'm like, as long as my son likes it, I think it's good. That's how I kind of judge some stuff I do. So that's how.
Cliff, I think I truly feel this thing is going to go faster than you anticipated with the whole 9 yards, with going serious faster than you thought. I think the fans and people.
Listen, guys, the show is just about over, and I'm going to take it out. See, Pete, you don't know about this, but I got a little story about my relationship with the Crow. That's a woman I married, and this is actually part 2. So you're going to pick it up, but right now, just sit back and listen for the next 2 minutes, and then the show is over. So this is what happened with the Crow once we actually got married. Listen, listen, listen. Okay, I know you all can't wait to hear how things ended up after I tied the knot, but let's reflect back a little bit.
This woman was a phenomenal cook. Phenomenal. Good cook. Cooked anything Butch wanted. I mean, if I said I wanted this, let me tell you, she had it there for me. She just about fed me. I mean, she would bring the food and serve me. She would want to put it in my mouth. But, hey, there's not too much more I could ask for. And it was good. It was good. All kidding aside, this was the greatest 3 years Butch ever lived on the face of the earth. I really thought I died and went to heaven. That no woman could treat a man so good. Okay, so now we tie the knot and we go on a honeymoon. As a matter of fact, when I asked her, this is the funny thing. 3 days later, we were getting married. I mean, it was a whirlwind. I said, what is the rush? We went down the very next day. Butch took a limousine down to City Hall in Brooklyn, and we got our license. 2 days after that, we're married. What happened? Why so quick? Okay. Well, we couldn't go on a honeymoon right away because of the business. This was the busiest time of the year, the middle of December, and in that business here, we were in the party business. Butch was in the party business. Let me tell you something. Big stuff for Christmas and New Year's. Okay, right after that, we go up to the Pocono Mountains. The Pocono Mountains, which we had been to quite a few times before, always enjoyed ourselves. All of a sudden, it wasn't quite what it should be. All of a sudden, there was some hitches in what was going on, and Butch is going, oh, she never complained before about anything.